Could Funko face the same challenges as Hasbro? So first off, I'd like to thank our friend Nikki Papadop for giving us a really good idea for a video today. She actually linked me a video which we're going to talk a little bit about. I'm going to link it down in the description. That way you can watch that video after you watch this one. The channel Worldclassbullshitters made this video, and I think they did a really brilliant job. And we're sort of making an addition to, because Funko is doing a lot of what Hasbro is doing. We're going to talk about the similarities, and we're also going to unbox some cool stuff here tonight, we think. Got a couple Gastleys, custom Gastleys, from our friend Arejay.
Ooh.
I'm super stoked. They're Christmas themed and they look amazing. And also our friends over at Barely Available hooked us up with a lot of really cool stuff, and I can't wait to show you some of this stuff we'll be giving away on Patreon, which is coming up in a couple of weeks on patreon.com/Gastlecast. Find out all the ways that you can support this lovely channel. We're going to be giving away so much stuff, to include one level 4 winner will win a Deadpool Hot Toys from Deadpool and Wolverine. It is an epic figure, and by the way, it's the Sideshow exclusive.
Ooh.
It's a super sick figure, bro. So check out patreon.com/Gastlecast. We are in no way saying that Funko is lying to stockholders. I want to at least start off this video by saying that, because I don't want to be misunderstood. But what we really want to talk about here is honing in on inventory issues.
Yes, and overproduction.
Overproduction, inventory issues. It just so happens that Hasbro has been lying to stockholders, allegedly.
Allegedly, Hasbro is misleading stockholders by saying that there is more demand for their product than there actually is, and they're coming up with little fibs, allegedly, to sort of justify the overabundance of product that they have.
Hasbro misled investors about the quality of its inventory. The company also falsely claimed that inventory levels were rising due to outstanding demand instead of excess production outpacing weak demand. Based on these facts, the company's public statements were false and materially misleading throughout the class period. When the market learned the truth about Hasbro, investors suffered damages. So does this sound very familiar to you?
Yes and no. We don't have proof that Funko is misleading its investors.
No, not at all. No, I don't want to say that. We're saying allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So to me, it sounds similar to Funko in the fact that there is a lot of inventory.
Yes.
And it's unable to sell.
So on the World of Bullshitters video, they mention that a lot of the blame is due to the pandemic. Remember back when Funko was, doing all these crazy things, making more product to keep up with demand? Mm-hmm. And then eventually the demand fell like hard. People were going back to work. They weren't purchasing Funko products as they normally would. And every time we would listen to those quarterly earnings calls by Funko, they were mentioning a lot about the pandemic. In the video, this person actually states that you can't blame the pandemic anymore. By 2022, they were still making a lot of stuff. And they specifically called out two things that makes a lot of sense even with Funko. Star Wars, Marvel.
Okay, so can we rewind and talk about something you just said? In 2022, they can't blame the pandemic any longer. Why?
They kept overproducing even though the demand wasn't there.
Is there proof that they submitted these orders after the pandemic blame period? Because here's the thing, you and I both have experience in how long it does take for figures to be made.
Yeah.
Especially during the pandemic. Because remember, we had a really hard time receiving product that was being made during the pandemic because overseas, all of the manufacturing plants kept shutting down. We were told initially that we were going to have our product by a certain date, and it was pushed out, wasn't it a year at least?
But Hasbro definitely has good manufacturers that they deal with and have been dealing with for a long time. Much different than us. We're like newbies to this.
Right, but my point is, during all of those shutdowns, those factories kept receiving orders.
True.
And it put them in a bind where everything was halted because they literally couldn't make anything. Then they were playing catch up. I don't feel like it's appropriate to say, oh, well, it's no longer the pandemic when, 2 years has passed. But keep in mind, like, we didn't get off of wearing masks for quite some time after early 2020,
let's just say,
right?
let's say this.
So,
let's say that we can't blame the pandemic anymore. Now it's 2024. So can you still blame the pandemic
right now,
today?
no. But in 2022, I don't know. Was a bunch of the product and the orders held up? Like, is that why things were being overproduced during that time? Or did they say, you know what, screw it, we're just going to overproduce everything from this point forward?
The other issue that is mentioned in the video, Hasbro, they're making figures based on different TV shows and films by Disney that aren't doing well. All the new Star Wars shows that come out, they just sit on the shelves. So in the video, he is specifically talking about Ollie's. So if you go into an Ollie's, you will see in their toy aisle, it'll be like the same figure over and over and over and over again from films that people just did not care about.
Yeah.
And one of the films he said that were completely cashed in by Hasbro was the newest Black Panther film.
That sucks because I really love Black Panther and I really loved that movie.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, the film was okay. We've talked about this before. I enjoyed it for one viewing, but it started off with a funeral that went on forever. I mean, it's a really hard movie to watch, and then they're introducing characters that you now have to fall in love with that you just can't fall in love with. But that's the point. It's not like fan favorite super characters that everybody wants to go out and buy.
Yeah.
He made a very good point about Mandalorian. So Mandalorian happens, everybody wanted Mandalorian stuff, but Hasbro and whomever, Funko, Disney, they weren't ready to put those products out yet. And so eventually, when the products came out, people ate it up, but then they oversupplied the demand. All the little baby Yodas are stacked everywhere because the cute factor's gone. So a lot of very good points were made in this video, but it made me wonder as I watched this video, and thank you again, Nikki, watching it, you're thinking, you know what? This very well could have happened with Funko. Maybe Disney's like, make a ton of it, it'll sell well. And that's sort of where it begins, or Hasbro and Funko, they believe it'll do really well, like they put all their eggs in one basket, they make a ton of it. As I mentioned just the other day, before we even watched this video or discussed this very topic, I mentioned that they make way too many Marvel Funko Pops today. So I gave up on them. The market has been flooded with Marvel specifically and Star Wars. And it's all due to poor films. Nowhere on the shelves was Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
Nowhere on the shelves was Deadpool and Wolverine. Why is that?
Because fans love those.
Because fans love the films, but these TV shows that are going up on Disney Plus, no thanks. A lot of people are saying screw it. I know a new television show came out the other day. It's called Skeleton Crew, and I feel like that's mixed reviews, and you know you're going to see all of those figures at Ollie's.
Okay, so I understand all of this, sort of. But in order for product to come out with a movie and for it to sell as the movie is relevant now, they have to produce these items prior to the movie or TV show coming out. So how do they know how a movie is going to do? How can you base your inventory counts off of a movie or TV show and its reception if it hasn't even come out yet? Like, nobody knows how it's going to do.
Synopsis and trailers. People read the synopsis of a TV show, or they'll see a trailer, or they'll see behind the scenes vignettes or something that's been posted by Disney, and people grab their pitchforks and immediately yell woke. That's exactly what happens every single time.
I was super duper looking forward to the new Beetlejuice movie. Like, I thought it was going to be the best thing of all time. And then I saw it and I was like, it's okay. I feel like a lot of people sort of felt the same way. I feel like a lot of people thought it was going to be something really spectacular. It was good, but it didn't make me want to run out and buy all of the brand new Beetlejuice merchandise.
When we have gone to Ollie's, we have seen some Funko Pops, but let's take Ollie's out of the equation in this. How about all these different stores that are carrying Funko Pops and selling them for cheap now?
Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx.
Burlington Coat Factory carrying this stuff. There is a story that's very similar to what we, Gastlecast, has been talking about for so long. We're seeing it with somebody else.
I do want to know how much of it is Hasbro versus how much of it is Disney. Disney is like a powerhouse, so they could be getting cocky and saying, you know, stick any Disney character on it and it'll sell.
Well,
give us 30,000 units, bruh.
I don't think they're as powerful as they once were because you are now noticing the decline in it. And today, this is how you notice decline. Chris Evans is coming back for the Avengers Doomsday film.
I don't even know what Avengers Doomsday is.
So it's another Avengers film. But Chris Evans is returning, Captain America.
That's weird.
Now, we don't know what he's returning for, but guess who else is in the film?
Who?
Robert Downey Jr. He's playing Doctor Doom.
Did Dr. Doom as Robert Downey Jr. die? Is that a problem?
In other words, all of these actors that were like the helm, Marvel, Disney, are coming back because everything's so bad. That's what's happening. These actors are returning, so we're like, oh, I remember him.
But is it really that bad, though, if Disney's willing to purchase acting from the big guys?
100%, because they
Really?
want to make a lot of money. They want to see a big return. So bring in the big guys to get the big return. They did incredibly well with Deadpool and Wolverine, as we just mentioned. People loved all the product and everything.
Yeah.
Funko did well with the Pop Yourselves. The movie's a movie, but for the most part, they're now just big, gigantic commercials. That's what they've turned into. They're just big. Maybe they always were that, but they're big commercials.
Maybe they're just good actors. I don't know.
Well, they are good. I mean, we want to see them come back.
But you're on the more negative side of like they're doing it because they have to.
I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic.
Okay.
And the reason why they're bringing them back is for that reason. I mean, you got to think about this. Have them leave the MCU and go off on their own, and then all at once they're bringing them back because they're seeing things kind of fall apart. Think about all the movies that have done well since like the last Endgame film. Guardians 3 did okay, or did well, and Deadpool and Wolverine. A lot of the other movies had decent reviews, but people weren't losing their minds over it. Deadpool and Wolverine actually pointed that out in the film, that nothing's been good since Endgame. We want to know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below, of course, and you can give us sort of an idea of what you're thinking. So we have things to unbox.
Alrighty, so these are from Arejay Designs.
Yep.
You can follow him on Instagram at Arejay Designs.
And by the way, these DIY Gastleys are up on the website. You can actually make your very own Gastley. It's a white Gastley with a white box, so it will be great for your little pens and markers and paint and everything else.
You're gonna be really upset with
What
me.
did you do?
Well, I was pulling him out of the box. I just need some glue. That's all. I just need some glue.
How did I pull that thing out of the box like 3 times? What is going on here? So he's supposed to look like a Christmas tree. Heather broke his little star off.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I actually planned this all along. This is a commercial, guys.
A commercial for what? Breaking stuff?
Gorgilla Glue Super Glue Gel. I love this. It's not actually a commercial, but we will link this in the description below.
We're linking it now. We're selling product now?
Well, we're not selling it. I'm just giving you an Amazon link.
Anyway, I have a Santa Ghastly, and he is amazing. As you can see, I did not break any pieces off the little figure. How cool is this? Seeing Ghastly as different characters like this is so amazing. Because never once when I was creating Ghastly, lying in my bed on my phone, drawing with my little stylus, did I think that somebody would create an excellent looking custom like this Santa Claus Ghastly figure.
I love it. Can I tell you really quick what I love about the Super Glue Gel?
You are selling it.
I'm literally just trying to give people tips. If you break anything, I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing. Because you know how super glue is typically like really runny? This is a gel. It's not runny. It's so nice.
That's awesome. I love that you found something new.
Our friend Alex recommended that to me and I use it for everything. So, I fixed it.
He is cute as can be.
He is so cute.
Look at him. Look at this guy.
He is adorable.
I don't know what he called him, like a little...
A Sprite.
A Sprite? Yeah, a Sprite. So look at these two together. Now these are from Arejay on Instagram. You can go and find him at Arejay Designs. He makes incredible customs. Not only does he do custom Gastleys, he does Chomps, he does Funko Pops. Go and check him out. If you go over to his website, which you can find on his Instagram, I'll link that down below as well. You can put orders in, custom orders. You can order one of these figures from our website, and he will take it and do all sorts of cool stuff with it. He's done a lot of figures for us in the past.
Yeah, you can
He's
even do an add-on for him to design the box.
Yep, he actually designed a Thanos figure for me that I ended up giving to Josh Brolin at NYCC this year, which was amazing. So a big shout out to Arejay Designs. He's amazing. I love his little sticker too. Go and pick up something from him. He is the best. And by the way, very soon we're going to have a custom contest. So if you want your hand at making your very own Ghastly custom, go and buy your figure now. We will have some sort of giveaway that will occur between probably January and February. So this is your head start. Go and check out MischiefToys.com, and we have 2 t-shirts up on the website right now. Heather, you tell them about it.
Go over to MischiefToys.com. I have 2 t-shirts. They are both Mischief Eras themed t-shirts, which is very fitting because the Eras tour ended last night and we're all very sad about it. But you can get your Eras inspired Ghastly t-shirts. They are incredible. And each of them comes with a friendship bracelet that is Mischief Toys themed. I ordered these little Ghastly head charms, and each of them has fun little sayings. This one says making mischief. It's really hard to show because they keep moving, but these are so much fun. Every single shirt gets a bracelet, and 2 very lucky winners will receive a very special bracelet to signify that they've won one of 2 awesome items. One of them will be this golden narrator pin, limited to just 50 pieces with glowing red eyes. And the other is this Gargoyle Ghastly prototype. These are 2 super special items, and 2 very lucky people will be receiving special bracelets to say that they won these. Pre-orders end this evening at 10 p.m. Eastern, so hurry up and go and get yours.
So we have one more thing to show, and it's from our friends over at Barely Available. I love them. I really love everything that they do. They do some really cool work. But I actually ordered a handmade item.
He's
it's a little
awesome.
skeleton bear. Look at that. So you can actually see that the skeleton is underneath, like that resin casting there.
Yeah.
It is so neat. Look at that. How cool is that?
This is amazing.
I love it. I think he did such a phenomenal job. He sold like a handful of them, and I wanted one to add to my collection. I always see them like at his various tables that he has when he goes to like conventions and things and shows. So I wanted one to add to my collection. I have a lot of Barreleys myself. I'm so stoked over that. But look at all this stuff he sent us.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
So he sent us all sorts of cool pins. So here's some pins here. He sent these. He sent these guys. And this one.
Wow.
So the plan is to give away a lot of these pins during our next Patreon call. We have a lot here to give away. And also, there's a bunch of Barely Available stickers. Look at that, Barely Cares. Bearchadors. Those are cool. He has all sorts of cool stickers in here. I like this character, this Kaiju character. He's cool.
I like this. I like the Barely Available.
So that's not Barely Available. That is, no, I believe that says the Kaiju Creations or something.
Does.
Yeah, it says,
Hold
I was
on.
trying to figure it out.
Kaiju Mima.
Yeah, these are cool. So we'll give away a bunch of these stickers, a bunch of the pins during our Patreon call. Patreon call will take place on the 21st of December at 9 p.m. Eastern, but patrons at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will start the live up so people can join in, hang out for an hour, and then we'll come on at 9 o'clock and we'll hang out with you and we'll have a good time, do the giveaway, show you something epic coming from Mischief Toys, and much, much more. So make sure you check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. We want to know what you think about all the things. Do you like all the things? Do you like the Ghastlies? Ghastly as Santa Claus? Come on, this is killer, bro. How about all these awesome pins? How about my cool new Barely figure? Come on. Give us some shout outs and love in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit the like button. We appreciate you. In every video, we'd like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Mischief Maker Mikey, Annette Carpenter, Tyler P., Matt Schloss, Magenta Borealis, Tony White, Derek Rohn, Michael McCoyle, David Hutchinson, and Raymond Melendez. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock so hard. We appreciate all of our patrons. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. It helps this channel in such a big way, and we're able to give back a lot through our Patreon call. So thank you for joining up with us every single month so we can have so much fun together and share so many laughs. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You don't want to miss our new content here. We have a real blast. Just the other day, Max and I, my son, unboxed a couple of hot toys. It was really a lot of fun. A couple of Guardians of the Galaxy figures, some of the best that we've ever unboxed. So make sure you go and watch that video. Show us some support. That's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for staying until the end. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.